Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this particular video tutorial, we are going to see a very interesting problem statement. Before going into the technical details of that particular problem statement, let me tell you what we are trying to see and how we can use some of the methods from the string utils class to solve this particular problem. So let's say that we have a very big file or a very big string, I would say, where there are lots of text data that is present. What we want to do is let's just try to simultaneously see the demonstrations as well, right? So let's say we have a string called as www.swatiktalks.com, and let me add some YouTube, some random text YouTube channel for technical tutorials, something like that. Okay, now let's assume that you have some random text data. Let's and also assume that the volume of this particular text data is little more, right? So what we want to do is we wanted to traverse this particular string and we wanted to make each and every letter, the first letter of each and every string that is present in this particular entire string as capital. So if you see this particular string has 1 2 3 4 5 6 words, right? Because these are, and let's assume that these are delimited by delimiter as space, right? So www.swatik.com is first word, then YouTube, then channel for technical tutorials. What we want to do is we wanted to make the first letter of each and every word in capital. And in some of the production systems that you are coding for, you might encounter this kind of a problem statement where this kind of a scenario might occur, right? So for this particular purpose, there is a method that is given by the string utils class called as capitalize. Now what this particular capitalize method does is, so let me just show you that. Let's just for the sample purpose, let's just take one string is equal to, let's say I'll just write it as what. Okay, so what I want to do is I will apply this capitalize method and I will show you what it exactly does. But before that, just notice one thing, that the first letter of this particular string str is in small case. Now let's see how does the capitalize method behave. String utils dot capitalize, and as a parameter I'll give the string as str. Let's see the output of this particular thing. So if you see the output of this is it has made the first letter of the Swatik word S as capital. So this is what the functionality of capitalize method, that whichever string you will pass, it will make the first letter of this particular string as capital. Now there is one more reverse method called as uncapitalize, which will behave exactly in an opposite manner as that of capitalize. Now let's say if you have your first word, first letter as capital and you wanted to make it as a small. So what you do is you use the uncapitalize method from the string utils class. Let's run this as well so that you'll be able to get what is the impact of uncapitalized method. So the first letter of this particular string S was capital as an original string, but when we passed it to the uncapitalized method, then it has made it as a small. Now if you see these two methods, right, capitalize and uncapitalize method in silos independently, then you might not visualize the usability of these two methods in a very realistic way. Let's take a problem statement as we have it here, right? In my string, let's say we have this particular different words in this string, and what we want to do is we wanted to delimit this particular string by using the delimiter as space, and whichever separate words that we will get, right, as a part of the delimitation, we wanted to make each and every word of this particular string as capital. So let's go ahead and check this. So let's first understand how we can do the delimitation, right? So in Java there is a there is a class called as string tokenizer. So as you can see, it is coming as a part of java.util library. String tokenizer, I'll just write it as tokenizer, is equal to new string tokenizer. Here you need to give which string you want to tokenize and with what delimiter. These are the two things that you have to pass. That how you can I wanted to tokenize my string variable, and the delimiter that I wanted to give is space. Now as a result of this particular execution, what you are going to get is the strings, the multiple strings. Now in this particular case you will get six strings, because if you see the delimiter, it will create 6 different strings for you. And what you need to do is you need to iterate over all these 6 different strings, and then you can pass it to the capitalize method. Okay, so let's try to iterate over the tokenizer element. So let's do this using the while loop. While tokenizer has more elements, this is the way you iterate over this particular thing. So what it do is it will access the first element of your tokenizer, which is this is till the time you get the first space, right? So tokenizer has more elements. What we want to do is we wanted to pass this particular element of a tokenizer to the string utils dot capitalize class, right? So tokenizer dot next token, and let's try to print this result by outputting it into the system.out.println. Okay, so this is the kind of a small utility that we have created to demonstrate the usage of capitalize and uncapitalize method. So what this particular thing will do is I'll just show you by putting the debuggers. So this is my string. It has this particular string www.swatektalks.com YouTube channel for technical tutorials. Then it has applied this particular tokenization. It has tokenized my string variable by using the space. So as a result of this particular tokenization, it must have divided this entire string into the 6 different independent strings. And if you see the current element, the tokenizer's current element, that is been, if you see into the console, right, you will see that it will print the first token as www.swatektalks.com. Let's just try to see it. So if you see the output, it has just delimited the first part of the string, which is this www.swatektalks.com, and while printing it has capitalized the first letter of the string, which is here. If you see, the W is capital. Let's move on and see if the Y from the YouTube string gets capitalized or not. So if you see, Y is also capitalized. Let's see the next string, channels C is also capitalized. F from the for is also capitalized. T from the technical is also capitalized, and tutorials, T from the tutorials word is also capitalized. So this is how you can make use of the capitalize and uncapitalize method to achieve these kinds of string processing that you encounter while doing the real world coding. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept or the usage of string utils capitalize and uncapitalize method, and you must have got some sense of how we can use or apply these methods to solve what kind of problems exactly. Okay, so thank you guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.